We have right here an example of a two-dimensional array that we want to do some work with and check on. And if we were, say for example, we're playing a sand game, we want to see what's going to happen with this various structure. So in a sand game, we have one of the first particles we introduce is the idea of sand. And sand wants to fall. And so if I have this sand, which being the yellow square, if I want it to fall, aka have gravity affect it, I first have to check, like we've talked about earlier, if the location below me is less than dot length. And so I have my array right here. I'd ask if this row plus 1 is less than dot length, which it happens to be. And I don't worry about the column because I'm not going left or right with a stand variable like this, so I don't have to check anything or change anything on that. So if row plus 1 is less than dot length, I'm good. Then I can check to see if the content below me is empty, the next check. Again, we check our math first, our content after. And oh, it's empty, so it's cool, so I can go ahead and I can move this down right here. So now I have a pile of sand right there inside my array. I have a grass spot right here and I have a fire spot. Now when a fire spot interacts with grass, I could have various things happen. In this case, I'll have the fire erase the grass. I have to check first, of course, if the spot below me is valid. Oh, okay, yes, the spot below me is valid. Then I check to see what's inside it. And so first I check to make sure the spot's valid, and then I check to see what kind of thing's in. So if a fire hits on sand, it can turn to glass. But if a fire hits on grass, it's going to turn the grass to nothing, and the fire will be there. Or I can have the fire double. Doesn't really matter. We'll just have to get rid of it, though. And so we check to see if it's grass, and it is, and then we've already checked that it's valid. So now I have to do the logic of what's going to happen. So then I'm going to say, oh, if the spot below me is grass, then I go inside there and I'm going to say, oh, the spot above me is going to go to blank, and the spot below me will become a fire spot as well. I'm just going to burn that away. So I could go ahead and do this. And now I have just a fire spot. The grass value has been replaced inside that. And so now I have two lovely sand pieces and a fire space right there. Now I've got my lovely gas piece right here, and my gas piece is just going to check to see if the spot above it is blank. It is. Then I check, my gas piece wants to check to see if the spot above it is valid. Oh, it's valid, okay, because I'm not at 0 yet. And is the spot above me empty? Yes, it is. Okay, so then I can just go ahead and move that piece up like that, having the idea of logic right that happening. So again, all I have to do is change the values attached to that to make that happen inside the logic. And all it happens to do is just by looking in the actual information, the 2D array, asking the questions first about the location, then looking at the content of that location itself. So that's how we work within a 2D array, how we can actually go through and check for the structures and values inside that. Again, you can do some really cool features and projects with that. Check the options that you can do to make some really fun ideas within the sand game or particle game if you played with that before. Have a great day. We'll see you next time. Cheers.